filter topic. So as you know that what is meant by filter. So filter is one of the component which remove unwanted signals. If you take the air filter, if you take the this water filter, so all filter used for the how you are going to remove the unwanted things. So we are going to discuss the filter in digital domain. So what is mean this digital domain and analog domain. There are two types of the filter which is available in filter category. One is called as analog filters, another one is called as digital filters. So our intention is to understand what is mean by analog and digital filter. So under this analog filter, now what are the points today we are going to discuss? First point is what is mean by filter. After that, design of filter. What are the important components to design a filter? Now, what are the different methods to design a filter? So, these are the points we are going to cover in the discussions. So, first thing is what is meant by filter. So, if you see what is meant by filter, there are two types of filter is available. One is called as analog, one is called as digital. In analog domain, there are different types of the filter is there. The very first, or maybe normally we heard that low pass filter is there, high pass filter, narrow band filter. Now again under this category there are a lot of filters as per the requirement. People are designing the filter. This is in analog domain. So normally in linear integrated circuit we use these types of filter, and to design these types we are using RLC, that is resistor, inductance and capacitor. But this is the foundation of the filter. We are going to design a digital filter. That means we are converting this analog signal into the digital, and then we are designing the filters. So under this category we have the two types of filter. One is called as a IR filter, another one is called as a FIR filter. What is mean by IR filter? IR filter means impulse response, infinite impulse response. So this is called as a infinite impulse response. Second one is called as a finite impulse response. So these are the two filters. What is the main component of this impulse response? So as you know that what is meant by impulse, so normally in biological, when our hand we put on some heated components, so immediately we sense something. So that what is the function, how the pulse is generated? Suppose we have this brain and this is one hand and we are putting some heating component here. So some chemical component is there. So in that impulse is generated, it is connected to the brain, and immediately our brain is asking that to remove that hand. So that type of impulse is there. Normally we know that the impulse is this type of thing. So it is an impulse response. In some cases this is infinite impulse response, this is finite impulse response. As per the application we are using these types of filter. What is the major difference between this? Where we are using these types of filter, I require linear phase. Linear phase. So in that we are using these types of the filter. So linear phase. If some application I need linear phase, so in that case we are preferably using the finite impulse response filter. And here we are using, if I want some, we don't need any linear phase output. So in that case we are using the IR filters. So this is the something which is related to the IR filter. Now our major thing to discuss is that the filter design. So in the filter design, before going to the designing of filter, digital filter, first our foundation of analog is very important. So what is the important thing in the analog? As you know that always we are representing filters in type of response. So response is, we are measuring any type of response in terms of some scales. So that scale is frequency and magnitude. So that magnitude we are representing by j omega and frequency is represented by the ohm. So in analog domain we are representing frequency by using this symbol, and in digital domain we are using a digital frequency by using omega. So there is a relationship between omega and analog. So now this is the some notation which we use and which we are using for the next discussion. So if we want to understand the filter, so very basic function is to understand this diagram. This is the first we are comparing our whole thing with the ideal frequency response of the filter. This is one type of response we have. Now this is your frequency, this is magnitude, and this is one diagram which we observe that this is ideal frequency response we want. So this is the output of ideal filter. Ideal filter. So how we are going to understand this whole thing? If I know this sharp cut is there. So this sharp cut is nothing but this is cutoff frequency. So this frequency is only we are passing and this frequency we are rejecting. So this is the ideal frequency response for low pass filter. But normally in all the book this portion is not people are representing. Only people are representing this type of responses. So this is what you say that some concept related to the negative frequency, but we are not representing this. So to get this type of response, we need to design a filter by using some functions. So normally when we design this, when we want this type of frequency response, so we need a sinc function. So what is the sinc function? Normally if you are studied in the last year, so this is the response of sinc function. When we have this sinc function, then the response of that filter is this type of things. But to design this sinc function, we have the equations. So to design an ideal filter, what is the expected? Your function is sinc function. But in practical domain, this type of function designing is not possible. Because of what? If I want the sample values, if you take this side and if you take this side, so we want only the positive value of n. We don't want this negative value of n. So the function is this type, rather than this frequency response is this. So in ideal domain, it is expected that if I want to compare my designing of filter to the ideal filter, so in that case our intention is to use some function and design this sinc function. This is one part. And when we want to practical designing of filter, so if you understand this whole thing, suppose this is a 100 value, 100 Hertz, and this frequency is only the 10 Hertz. If I want to filter this, only this frequency, so this we say that a cutoff frequency. So it is cutoff frequency. So this is your function and we want to design this function, but sometime what happens? It starts from 0 and end on 10, and after that it is expected from 10 Hertz to 100 Hertz this frequency is going to be rejected and this frequency is for pass. But what happened? Sometime what happened? It is not filtering up to the 100. Sometime it is 11. Sometimes it is 11.5, sometimes it is 12. So we are not getting this sharp cut. So we are getting the cut like this. And that's why we compare always our whole designing to the ideal filter, and this type of cut practically we achieve. And this is the practical thing which we are going to try to understand how the frequency, how the filter designing is there. यूज ऑप्शन कुठे मैडम आपको पता है जो ऑप्शन
सर रिवर्स असं बघा सर असं केलं ना तुम्ही असं उलटं करा बघायचं तुम्ही सर बॅक जा सेकंड स्लाइडला थर्ड नाही नाही अरे सेकंड स्लाइडला सेकंड आता थर्ड आहे हां बरोबर आता मी कुठे गेले थर्डला होतं ना सर थर्ड बघा
ठीक है so first we discuss the low pass magnitude response of low pass filter. Magnitude response of low pass filter. Magnitude response of low pass filter. So this is one ideal diagram which we are going to first explain what is meant by low pass filter. Magnitude response of the low pass filter. Magnitude response of low pass filter. Okay. So this is the diagram. Here we are representing frequency. Here we are representing magnitude. This is the diagram for ideal filter. This is the diagram for practical. This is your 0.707. This is 1. This is your cutoff frequency, and this is n is equal to 10. So what is the n? N is one of the component. I will explain that component. Second value, n is equal to 5. N is equal to 2. So what is this n? N representing n is equal to coefficient of the filter. Coefficient of filter. Now what is meant by coefficient of the filter? Coefficient of filter is depend upon the four component of the frequency. One is called as alpha s, alpha p. In some books we are using AP, that is attenuation in pass band and attenuation in stop band. So this is attenuation in stop band. This is attenuation in pass band. attenuation in stop band. A pass band frequency. This is pass band frequency. This is stop band frequency. So to calculate the coefficient of the filter, we need these four components, and these four components we are getting from the problem statement. Some customer come to you and ask them to design one filter for specific frequency. Suppose they ask for the 20 hertz. 20 hertz frequency I want at the output. Whether the incoming frequency is more than 1000, we don't know what is the input. But we want only this frequency, 20 hertz frequency we want to pass, and other frequency we want to reject. So in that case, what is the pass band? Pass band is only the 20 hertz. What is the stop band? Stop band is from 80 to above. Greater than 20. All the frequency which is available greater than 20, then and greater than frequency up to the 1000 we call as a pass band. So band means what? It is a range of frequency need to be passed. Sorry, this is stop band. It is 20 to 100 1000 hertz. It is stop band. It is your pass band. So band means what? The range of frequency which we want to pass, that is called as a pass band. The range of frequency which we want to allow stop, so it is called as stop band. And these are the attenuation points. So if you look toward this whole diagram, that n, if you look toward this diagram, when n, order of n is higher, then it is very close to the ideal frequency. If you are reducing the value of n, so it is away from the ideal frequency. So it is expected that your value of n should be higher. So when you design any filter, so when you want a correct result related to the ideal filter, so that is called as your n value. So this is the something which is, I feel that this is related to the analog frequency response. This whole figure is related to the analog. That means our intention is to design a digital filter, but we are studying analog filter first and then designing the digital filter. But one point is that it is not possible for us to design an ideal filter. Why? Because this sinc function. So, but we are designing a filter close to the ideal. It is not 100% ideal, but it is close to the ideal. If I ask some characteristic of ideal student, so those attendance is correct, assignment correct, but no one is found like this. So we are putting some type of flexibility in conditions. Yes, if it is not 100%, but we are putting 90%. So we are putting some flexibility for this type of ideal filter. So that is the flexibility which is available. So this is the ideal frequency response. This is the magnitude response of the low pass filter. Now what happened? Now after designing of this thing, now the next part is, after understanding this small portion of analog, then our task is to use some type of mathematical discussion related to the analog. So as we discussed in this whole thing, there are one notation we are using. So that notation is one mathematical notation is there. So this mathematical equation, that means h of j omega. So So magnitude response of the filter is represented by h of j of omega. Magnitude response of the filter is represented by h of j of omega is equal to 1 by 1 plus, what is this? This is the analog frequency. This is cutoff frequency. Analog frequency and cutoff frequency raised to 2n and bracket close, it is 1 by 2. Okay. So this is the mathematical representation of magnitude response of filter. So this component is representing the magnitude response of the ideal low pass filter. It is related to the low pass filter. Now after that, what is n? Now significance of each component. It is coefficient of the filter. It is analog frequency. Third one is cutoff frequency. Now these are the three new components we are introducing, and whole this discussion we taken from that diagram. So low pass filter diagram is represented, magnitude response of the low pass filter is represented by this equation. Now what happened? Our intention is to calculate the value of n. Our intention is to calculate the formula for n. So what is the way? How we are going to find the value of n? So value of n we can apply some type of mathematical process and then we come up with some type of n value. So when we want to achieve this final what is mean by n, we do the squaring of both the sides. Once we do the squaring of both the sides, so what is the equation when we square both the sides? Squaring of both sides. So h of j of square is equal to, this is 1 by 2. So this equation we can write 1 plus So this equation is look like this. Why we are executing this? Because our intention is to find out the value of n. So this is one equation we have. Substitute S is equal to 0. Substitute S is equal to 0. When I substitute this value, S is equal to J. So shall I write like this? H of S into H of minus S. So squaring, when we take the square of these two, so h of s into h of s, if I substitute this value, why I am writing this minus 1? Because when I put j and j square, so j square is minus 1. It is one value of imaginary values is there. When I multiply this, so it is minus 1, that's why I am putting minus. So when I compile, when I substitute s is equal to j omega, and when I multiply, so we get this value. We are not getting minus 1. Why it is minus 1? So j square, that is imaginary का हमने square लिया, so it is always minus 1. So that's why we are putting s of h of s into h of s. Now 1 by 1 plus two raised to n. So this is your normal equation we have. After that what? do some small modification in the same equation. One by 1 plus when I substitute S is equal to j omega, so 1 by 1 plus 2 square lambda square raised to n. So I do the small modification. This squaring I am taking separately and bracket is open. Now I am putting the value when I take the square of these two. So what happened? S square is equal to j square. Now what is this is we want to replace. So Ohm square is equal to j square divided by S square. Correct? So I am putting this value in this equation. उल्टा हो गया यहाँ पे we want to find out the value of Ohm square. So S square divided by J square. So what is J square? Already I told that J square is equal to -1. So omega square is equal to minus of S square. Is it okay?
Yes.
So we want to substitute this value in this equation. So what is the equation? H of J of Ohm square is equal to 1 by 1 plus minus S square divided by cutoff frequency raised to n. So we replace this whole signal into this type of equation. Now our aim is to find the poles of this. Our aim to find out the root of this equation. So we have to equate to the 0. Now 1 plus minus S square cutoff frequency raised to n is equal to 0. Why we are putting this? Because we want to find out the roots of this equation. So why we are finding the roots of this equation? Because once you find out the roots, when I equate it to the 0, we want to find out the value of n. So this whole process is only for to finding the value of n. So we have a n. So after substituting the value of n, so the equation become, now this is one equation. So when I am shifting this one to this side, when I am shifting this one to this side, so what happened? Minus S square lambda square n is equal to, I am shifting this one to this side, it is minus 1. So this is a minus 1. Now one thing is that if this is the situation, so when I want to this remove the n, so the next and it is the mathematical discussion that cutoff frequency is equal to -1 raised to 1 by n. These two equation is correct. This n I want to shift to this side, so I am going to multiply raised to n. So 1 by n when I am shifting to this side, so this is one equation we have. Now this is one equation we have. So this is your equation number 1. What is the equation number 1? I am writing this equation 1 minus s square divided by is equal to minus 1 raised to 1 by n. This is your equation number 1. So this is your equation number 1. Now let us consider one theorem. Now this is one part of the discussion. Now to understand the discussion, I want to replace this one again. So let us consider one equation. So that equation is e raised to minus j, e raised to minus j 2k plus 1 into pi, e raised to minus j 2k plus 1 into pi. And when I expand this whole equation, so by theorem, Illo's theorem, e raised to j theta cos of theta minus j sin of theta, you can expand this whole equation by using this formula. So after expansion, the result is cos of 2k plus 1 pi minus j sin of 2k plus 1 pi. I am substituting the value of k is equal to 0. What happened? When I am substituting the value k is equal to 0, so this is cos pi minus j sin pi. The value of this is minus 1. I am substituting k is equal to 1. What is the value? Again it is cos of 2 into 1, it is 3 pi. Minus, I am substituting the value k is equal to 1, it is j sin of 3 pi. So again the value is minus 1. So if I substitute all the value of k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, always I am getting a minus 1. So shall I replace this whole equation by this portion? So I am substituting this whole equation into this, and then we have a minus s square cutoff frequency is equal to, I am writing this whole equation, cos of 2k plus 1 minus j sin of 2k plus 1 raised to 1 by n. Okay. So only I am replacing this minus 1 to 1 by n. There is no extra value I am substituting. For all value of n, for all value of 0, 1, 2, 3, I am getting the answer minus 1, minus 1. Pi, sorry. So this is pi, this is pi. Okay. Minus s square cos of 2k plus 1 pi minus j sin of 2k plus 1 pi raised to 1 by n. Now you again do some modification. Shift this side to this. A minus s square is equal to cutoff frequency. Shift this side. write down this equation as it is. 2k plus 1 pi minus j sine of 2k plus 1 pi. Again I am shifting this minus also this side. So s square minus j. S square minus j. So this is the thing, but see, we again simplify it. So rather than this, we do one arrangement. This equation is lengthy, that's why we reduce, and s square minus cutoff frequency divided by, instead of this cos, I am substituting this value so that it is easy for us to understand. 2k plus 1 pi, this is the thing, and it is 1 by n. So the equation is s square is equal to minus cutoff frequency e raised to 2k plus 1 pi by n, e raised to n 2k into pi by n. If I take the square root of this, here it is minus, here it is minus 1. So what is this minus 1? Minus 1 is j. If I take the square root of this, so what happens? S is equal to under root minus 1 square root. I am taking the square root of this. Taking square root of both the side. S square ka s. This is under root this. And what about this? E raised to j 2k plus 1. It is 1 by 2. So it is, I am writing 2 pi by n. So I am taking the square root of both the side. Sorry, it is pi by 2n. So it is pi by 2n. So we got the value of s. Now after that what happened? So this is the thing, it is expected, and after that we are writing square root of this thing. So the square root plus and minus, we got these are the poles, that is pk is equal to plus minus imaginary term cutoff frequency in bracket e raised to j 2k plus 1 pi by 2n. So this is the pole which we got, and when I separate it, so when I am separating this thing, plus 1 imaginary term e raised to j 2k pi by 2n into e raised to j pi divided Correct, everyone? Just separating the terms. Now we want to replace this term. So e raised to j 2 pi, e raised to j pi by 2. So shall I write cos of pi by 2 minus j sin of pi by 2? What is the value of this e raised to j pi by 2? Always it is minus j. Correct? Cos of pi by 2 means 0. Here it is 1. So it is minus j. So where be the minus j is there? So यहाँ पे एक minus j है, plus and minus j. So after calculating all these things, finally we got one value. Pk is equal to plus minus. Pk is equal to plus minus cutoff frequency is equal to this j we are going to replace. So your cutoff frequency is as it is. Pk is equal to, I am just removing some portion. So what is the final answer? Pk is equal to plus minus cutoff frequency in a bracket, or it is not in bracket, cutoff frequency e raised to j pi by 2 plus 2k plus 1 pi divided by 2n. So I am replacing this whole term to the theta phi. So the value of phi is j pi by 2 plus 2k plus 1 pi divided by 2n. So p suffix k is equal to plus minus cutoff frequency e raised to j phi. The value of phi is this. So ये हमारे पास वैल्यू आ गई पोल्स की. Now this is for normalized filters. If I substitute the value of k is equal to 0, if I substitute the value n is equal to 1, so this is for value of n, and I am substituting the value k. So how we are going to calculate the value of k? K is value, find out the value from 0, 1, n minus 1. So when I am taking n is equal to 1, so value of k is 0. When I am taking n is equal to 2, so value of k is 0 and 1. Okay, it is n minus 1. When I am taking the value n is equal to 3, so value of this is n minus 1, that is 2, 0, 1 and 2. These are the three values. So when I substitute these values in this equation, so for example we are putting first value, this n is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0. What happened when I substitute n is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0? So what is this equation? cutoff frequency e raised to pi by 2 plus when I am substituting k is equal to 0. So this whole term is 0 because it is k is equal to 0. So this whole fact no, it is 0. So it is pi by 2, correct? And what is the value of n? And the value of n is 1. So pi by 2 and pi by 2. So it is cutoff frequency e raised to pi. Cutoff frequency e raised to pi, e raised to j pi. So what is the value of e raised to j pi? J pi is -1 plus 1. So when I am substituting, pole is equal to -1. So the value of pk is plus minus 1. So when I am substituting s, so it is for -1. The value of, how we are calculating the value of these poles? By using this n. When I am substituting the value of n, the k is calculated as n minus 1. So n is equal to 1. And how to find out the value of k? It is n minus 1. So 1 minus 1, it is 0. So for case 1, n is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0. I am solving this equation. So I get the value cutoff frequency e raised to j pi. So e raised to j pi is nothing but plus minus 1. So this value of this pk is plus and minus 1. So yeah, ohmc multiply by plus minus 1. But we are finding the only poles. Poles finding it is cutoff frequency. So this is 1 always. Now what happened? We want a stable filter. Now what is the condition for stable filter? When we want a stable filter, always it is the left hand side of the S-plane. When we want to design a stable filter, so always it is a left hand side of the S-plane. When it is left hand side S-plane, so we have two values, p is equal to -1 and p is equal to +1. When we are shifting to the left hand side of S-plane, so this value is -1. So we don't want this value because we want the stable filter. So the value of S, which is in this domain, so the value is always S minus 1. So after calculating this whole thing, we are reaching S minus 1 is, this is left hand side of the S plane. So pole is in the minus domain. So how the pole is going to be calculated? यहाँ पे प्लस, यहाँ पे प्लस, यहाँ माइनस, यहाँ माइनस. दिस इज क्वाड्रेंट है ना, यहाँ माइनस, यहाँ प्लस, प्लस माइनस, ये प्लस हो गया, ये माइनस, प्लस, ये माइनस,
ये माइनस and y is plus.
ये प्लस,
Yes.
हाँ ये तो प्लस ही है,
ये उस साइड में.
इस साइड में
नहीं ठीक है, अभी ठीक है.
ये प्लस है, ये माइनस, ये प्लस है, ये माइनस. So when we want a stable filter, so you make the note of this thing. So when we want a stable filter, pole of H of S lies in the left hand side of the S plane. Hence H of S will be the minus 1. H of S will be the minus 1. So S is equal to minus 1. So when I am shifting to this side, so S plus 1. So this is 1 by S plus 1. Our S is minus 1. So I am shifting to this side. S minus 1, it is plus. Now when I use 1 by S plus, So that is one equation we got for the value n is equal to 1. Your h of s is 1 by s plus 1. When value of n is 2, order of filter is 2. So the value of s plus 1 is s square plus under root 2s plus 1. When n is equal to 3, the value of h of s, this is the coefficient of filter. We make one table, coefficient of the filter and h of s. This is one table. This is order of filter. It is order of filter, order of filter, order of filter. Now 1 by s square plus 2s plus 1 s plus 1. So see, this is the summary which we have, and we started our discussion from the first. Now to summarize this whole thing, we start our discussion from analog filter, digital filter. This is digital filter FIR, IR. Now we discuss. This is the magnitude response of the filter. Now n coefficient of the filter is depend upon this 4 quantity. Let us consider this example. After that, this whole thing we are representing in mathematics. So if you see this mathematics, this is the magnitude response of the filter. Then we do the arrangement. After this arrangement, we got this equation. And after this equation, we reach to the final discussion with s of. Finally, we got this whole thing. Now, if I summarize this whole discussion, so order of filter, n and h of s. So you are going to write this 1, 2, 3. It is 1 by s plus 1. Here s square क्या है under root 2s plus 1. This is 3 1 by s square plus 2s plus 1 s plus 1. So if you are going to calculate 4, 5, you get the different equations. So why we are discussing these things? Because we want to know that what is h of s. Why it is h of s? Always S domain is a Laplace domain, and Laplace is very close to the analog. Correct? Now our intention is to convert S domain into which domain? Digital domain. So what is the digital domain? It is represented by Z. So your problem is in h of z domain, and you are going to convert into the h of z. So always people, they are giving the data in h of s domain, and you are going to convert into h of z. This is analog filter and this is digital filter. So once you are able to find out the h of z, you are able to find out the digital filter. And for this we have 3 methods to convert analog domain into the z domain. We have a bilinear transformation. Second is impulse invariation. Bilinear transformation, impulse invariation, and another one method is there. So these are the 2 methods I think we put in our syllabus. And it is expected to understand first theory of this bilinear and first theory of this impulse invariation. चलो क्या बात हो गया? चलो हाँ ठीक. So this is the discussion. Now we try to solve one example on it so that you understood what is exactly the Now again, one diagram is very important for the discussion. Try to draw this diagram and try to keep in your mind. So this diagram is for 1.0, 1 under root 1 plus. So 1 under root 1 plus. This is 1 under root 1 plus epsilon square. This is called as a transient band. This is called as a cutoff frequency. This is your frequency. Okay. So I am again generating 1.1 plus lambda square. So in previous diagram we put 0.07 and this transient diagram we are not using. Transient means what? When I need this sharp cut, but during this phase we are not going to consider this output. It is only the transient phase. So transient phase means conversion of when we want to cut the frequency, so it is not sharp, it is cutting like this. So that is called as, this portion is called as a transient band. So it is cut off frequency. यहाँ पे एक है, it is pass band. ये pass band है, ये stop band है, and this is transient band. So this diagram is also important. एक फॉर्मूला लेके क्लोज करिए लास्ट का एक्सप्रेशन. As you know that this is one diagram. Again we have a small modification h of s formula 1 by, this is magnitude response of the low pass filter, is represented by 1 plus epsilon square, 1 plus epsilon square magnitude response represented by h of j of ohm is equal to 1 by 1 plus epsilon square in bracket analog frequency divided by passband frequency raised to n raised to 1 by n. So this is the magnitude response of the filter, squaring both the side of this equation. So what happened when I am squaring this both the side? When I take the square of both the side, so equation become, now this is when I take the taking squaring of both the side. So what happened? So it is h of j of ohm square 1 by 1 plus epsilon square divided by passband frequency raised to 2n. This square root get cancelled. Now what is this? This is one band of frequency. It is represented by h of j of omega is represented by before that we want to take the log of these two. So if I take log of both the sides, what happened? The equation become log 2 log h of j of ohm is equal to, when I take the log, so log 1 minus log 1 plus epsilon square raised to 2a. So this is the equation we got. But what is this equation? When I am using this equation, so it is, when I am taking the log of both the sides, so log to the base 10, log to the base 10, so this is 20, this is 10 log to the base 10 when I am taking, so it is 20 log, but this whole portion is representing by some attenuation. So the attenuation is passband attenuation. So this is the standard things when we are dealing with the signal. So attenuation is one of the factor. It is represented by 20 log of h of ohm. So I am writing the formula for this. So alpha s in dB is equal to minus 20 log minus 20 log now substitute cutoff frequency is equal to passband frequency, that is cutoff frequency is equal to passband frequency. So what is the value of this equation? When I put this into this, it is cut and it is 2 raised to n. So 1 raised to n equation क्या हो जाएगा ये? When I am putting the value, so I got this equation. When I am putting cutoff frequency is equal to passband frequency. Cutoff frequency is equal to passband frequency. So the equation become 20 log h of j ohm is equal to 10 log 1 plus epsilon square. How we got this value? So 10 log of 10 in previous equation, here when I take the 10 into log 1, so what is the log 1? What is the value of log 1? The value of log 1 is I think 0. So it is 0 minus this whole portion. I am substituting the value, this cut. So 1 by 2 raised to n. 1 by 2 raised to n means it is 1. 1 1 by 2 raised to n means 1. So this whole thing is here we are putting. So this is
So then there is minus 10.
yeah minus 10. Correct. ये minus है, ये भी minus है. It is also the minus. Always your attenuation is represented in minus 1. Attenuation. So that's why these two figures is minus. So when I am substituting the value, so this whole thing is represented by passband attenuation. This whole is represented by passband attenuation is equal to passband attenuation is equal to 10 log 1 plus epsilon square. 10 plus epsilon square. Now similarly, if you calculate same thing for the alpha s, so alpha s, that is attenuation in stop band, is represented by attenuation in stop band is represented by point 1 alpha p, alright.
सर पर इसमें टाइम नहीं दिखाता, खाली रिकॉर्डिंग REC दिखा रहा है, मतलब चलो ही
हाँ चलो चलो लास्ट का ये पोर्शन खत्म करेंगे. जितना समझ में आए तो कट करेंगे, बाकी का जो भी फिर से एक बार देख लो. सो अल्फा पी इज पास बैंड अटेन्यूएशन. सो इन पास बैंड अटेन्यूएशन what happened? So this is one equation. Now I want to remove this 10. How we are going to remove it? You shift this side. So क्या होगा ये alpha p divided by 10. So rather than just writing this, I am writing 0.1 alpha p. It is also correct. Log of 1 plus epsilon square. Now I want to find out the value of epsilon. क्या करना पड़ेगा फिर? I want to find out the value of epsilon. So taking the antilog of both the side. So इसका antilog लेता हूँ. Antilog लेने के बाद ये खत्म हो जाएगा. यहाँ पे 10 raised to आ जाएगा. So antilog of both the side. Antilog of both the side. When I take the antilog of this, so what happened? It is 10 raised to 0.1 alpha p is equal to 1 plus epsilon square. Now what is the value of epsilon square? Epsilon square is equal to क्या आ गया? Epsilon square is equal to, now shift this one to this side, 10 raised to 0.1 alpha b minus 1. So this is your value of epsilon. And when I take the square root of this, epsilon is equal to 10 raised to 0.1 alpha b minus 1 raised to 1 by 2. Taking the square root of this equation. So we got the value of epsilon here. ठीक है? Now we have one equation. So one equation is, write this equation as it is. This is given. Alpha s is equal to minus 10 log in a bracket 1 plus epsilon square pass band frequency divided by stop band frequency divided by pass band frequency raised to 2n. This is one equation we have. this equation is came from magnitude response of the filter. As we discuss alpha p, so in book they given alpha p and alpha s directly from the diagram. From the diagram it is magnitude response of the filter, and from that diagram it is given. So now what? When I want to again the same thing, remove this 10. So this is minus minus plus. When I am shifting, it is 0.1 alpha s. So 0.1 alpha s log one plus epsilon square alpha s alpha p raised to 2n. Now take the anti-log of both the side. So what happened when I am taking the anti-log of both the side? So take the anti-log. Anti-log of both the side. What is the anti-log when I take the anti-log of both the side? So the equation become 10 raised to 0.1 alpha s is equal to 1 plus epsilon square stop band frequency divided by pass band frequency raised to 2n. So this is your equation number 2. Now we have equation number 1 and we have equation number 2. So when I am substituting the value, so epsilon square, just I am doing the some modification, 2 raised to n. ऐसा लिखने के बाद क्या होगा? Equal to 10 raised to 0.1 alpha s minus 1. Correct है? Now I am shifting this equation to this side, epsilon. So क्या हो जाएगा? P raised to 2n is equal to 10 raised to 0.1 alpha s minus 1 divided by epsilon square. What is the value of epsilon square which we find in the previous value? So I am substituting the value of epsilon square. So what is the value of epsilon square? 10 raised to 0.1 alpha s minus 1 divided by 10 raised to 0.1 alpha p minus 1, which we find this value in previous. Where we find this value? Now this is the value. Epsilon, right? Epsilon square, this is the value. Just I am substituting this value in this equation. So we got this equation. Now after calculating, our intention is to calculate n. So after doing the mathematical calculation, the formula for n we derive n is equal to log of n is equal to log of under root 10 raised to 0.1 alpha s minus 1 divided by 10 raised to 0.1 alpha p minus 1 divided by log of alpha s divided by alpha p. Just by arranging the terms, rearranging the terms, by why I am taking the log? Because raised to head, in that case we are taking the log and then it is going to be this equation. So your final equation become n is equal to, so this is our final objective to find out the order of it. So if you look into this whole equation, you got the 4 parameter 1, 2, 3, 4. If you know this 4 parameter, attenuation, passband, attenuation, stop band, pass band frequency and stop band frequency and pass band frequency. If you know this parameter, it is expected to find out the order of filter. So this is the mathematics, and I hope everyone understand this whole thing. So in very few within 2 minutes we try to take the overall discussion again in one summary. So our discussion is start from this. So filter, types of filter, magnitude response of the filter, these are the 4 point initially I told you that these are the 4 point to find out filter, and this whole calculation we are trying to, again this is one of the formula which is given in the book, so H and these things. So lastly we reach to this whole thing, and we have this last one formula. This is one formula we reach. See, this formula is not going to ask in exam. It is only for our understanding. What is N? How the problem is going to be asked? Problem is asked alpha S is 10 Hertz, alpha P is 50, pass band frequency is 1000 and stop band frequency is again 200. Calculated, that is order of filter. So if you know these 4 values, then you get the order of filter. So let us see some formulas in next lecture. This formula, this examples in the next lecture. Now in this way we are conclude our discussion, and I hope you understand the discussion. So we discuss these points. What are the points we discussed? What is meant by filter? First point we discuss what is filter. Second, order of filter. Third, magnitude response. Magnitude response of the filter. After that, order of filter and H of S. And finally we reach to the formula of order of filter. So these are the 5